How are you, Shane?
I'm good. I'm doing good. I feel better after that. Good Lord.
Good.
I'm sure it feels like a huge boulder of a weight has been lifted off your chest.
Isn't it weird what we accept for good news these days?
Yeah.
That is for sure. I just wanted to say I appreciate everybody being there. I know everybody wasn't able to, but I appreciate everybody who did come support me. That was important. So, please let everybody know I appreciate it.
Well, we all love you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and we all love you, and even the ones that weren't there were there in spirit.
Yeah, I know, for sure. And I know, like I told you, I know you had a visit and all that, so I didn't, hey, enjoy your time. And the rest of the crew was there, so it was awesome.
Hey, so Shane, you know when your lawyer asked us all to get up and if we wanted to say our names and stuff, Nicole's been in so many different trials. We have never had that happen before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's good or if that's bad, but
He didn't seem to mind
mean,
one way or the other. I just was letting you know how unusual it was, so you can stick with your uniqueness.
no, I definitely appreciate it. It was good to see some familiar faces, and it was definitely more crowded than my trial, so it was kind of weird to having all those people there. But it was good to see my brother and my niece. My freaking son's a dork and missed his flight. So it was definitely good to have you all.
That can happen in the airport. They're confusing sometimes.
It is.
Well, if you're my son, especially, I mean,
Shane,
it
hey,
gets that thing.
hey, it's Helena. I just want to let you know.
Hey,
Hi, Shane. I just want to let you know that I actually appreciate what your lawyer did today, and asked us to stand up and state very clearly that we were there to support you. I'm very proud and very honored to have been able to do that, Shane.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think it's important, as opposed to just people like being there and maybe not knowing who they are, as opposed to people saying, hey, I'm here, I'm standing in solidarity with this guy, or this is my guy, I support him. And, I think that's important. I know how it can be uncomfortable. Some people may not want their name known or may not, they just want to be a wallflower, but also want to support. It encouraged me to see y'all stand up and say things. It was a difficult day, but it was good. And I'm happy with the results. I know I shouldn't be happy that I got 84 months, but I'm happy that it wasn't 263 like
We are
the
too.
prosecution was asking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I guess this is what we have to consider a small victory, but at least there's, some light at the end of the tunnel now. And I don't know if you're going to be able to qualify for, the First Step Act or being able to do any of the programs in there, but at least you've got almost 3 years in. And, there's some light at the end of the tunnel now, Shane.
No, for sure. And, go ahead.
No, this is Mickey. I just wanted to say what I couldn't help but notice today. Judge Mehta, when you can understand the words that are coming out of his mouth, because I find him to be a mumbler, but maybe that's just me. But when he was talking about it was thrown in a flagpole in a javelin-like manner, and then he just went ahead and started referring to it as a javelin.
Right, yeah. Well, he was hard on a bunch of stuff. Like, I noticed he was very hard on the political prisoner, and he's like, oh, you're benefiting from, your crimes. He's like, I think that's shameful. That's going to do illegal. No. And I'm like, well, I don't think, we're not, I don't know. I just thought it was, I'm okay with him having a hard time with the stuff that he had a hard time with. And I'm thankful that he showed mercy. At least he considered my background and all the stuff that he found. That he was good. And when it came down to the sentence, he was like, look, I see your criminal record and I see a pattern of behavior right after your trauma with your stepdad and all that other stuff. And he goes, so that was like 20 years ago. So he did extend me grace on that.
Please, there's that. Good for him. Good for you.
you. I mean, good for all of us, but it is just, you know, it's just appalling what we accept as good news these days.
Yeah, I'm standing in the day room and the TV had just scrolled by on the bottom of Scripps News. It says, man who had metal tomahawk and something promotes j6 related merchandise on the internet from behind bars.
You don't have internet access.
Well, you're famous. Just ain't you because they ain't you.
Yeah.
The stickers are pretty cool
It's
too. I
funny,
have
yeah.
one on the back of my phone.
Yeah, but they don't talk about what good that money is doing to help people. So everybody in the J6 community knows
Yeah.
where that's going. So, you know, take heart in that.
Yeah. It was funny. He's like, you have an avatar that is in your likeness, and you're talking about Scarlet. Man, I didn't even think about it. I had my hair down today, and I hardly ever wear it down like that. And I was like, oh, I do look like Scarlet right now.
No, Scarlett
Well,
looks
you
like
know,
you.
and you can always just thank him for the free advertisement too.
Oh, yikes. Right.
Right, yeah, no, for sure.
Thanks, Judge
No,
Meta.
I do really appreciate y'all being there today. It was awesome. I know it was probably encouraging for my brother and my niece, because man, it broke my heart to look out there and see them. You know, they were, I mean, physically, emotionally hurting for me, and then my brother got up there and he was so nervous. I felt awful for him, you know. So,
It's
they're
definitely
good
a
people. They
hard
didn't
process.
yeah, they didn't ask to be a part of this, and they didn't ask for a dumbass little brother or uncle, you know. So it's like, I feel, I mean, I don't know, it probably would have been way more difficult if my son would have been there. Thank God he didn't at this fight, because, I don't know, I just might have broke down. So, yeah, I'm glad it's over. I think we're going to get to go to one of the prisons that I asked for, close to home, close to my kids, and I'll be able to see them regularly and give them hugs.
Right
Know
on.
that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So,
Well, and now
it'll be all right.
now that boulder is lifted off of you, and you know you have your sentence, and you'll finally be able to get out of here, which I know it seems like kind of weird because everybody wants to leave DC, but nobody wants to leave their comrades. So, but I am
Right.
excited for you to get to be able to eat decent food, and you know.
Oh, man.
And because we all know that the BOP system is much better than these county private jails, just in every aspect. So, you know, at least you know that you'll be traveling onto greener pastures soon, and then your time hopefully will just fly by because, you know, the roughest part of it seems to be, you know, past you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is going to be difficult to leave all the guys. So it's like, they're like family now. You know, even, it's funny because I don't know, I told this a while back, but we have like the original group of guys, and like, if you take the original group of those guys, like say there's 5 or 6 of us left, and you say like, who do I like the least out of that group? Like, and then you take the new guys. I like the guy that I like the least out of the old group to the new guys because I know those old guys, right? And so,
Right.
it's weird. I just have a relationship lasting. You know, I feel like this is something that's going to carry through and go along. This is the future for sure. Maybe forever, friends. People that I've got to know here.
Got no cookies.
Be associated with and affiliated with. So, yeah, food does sound really good though.
Right, yeah, actual food, not vending machine.
Not toy, not you know, fake food. And that'll be good. I know people that left here like Kenneth Harrelson. He left here and dropped like 20, 25 pounds. And when he went to Lewisburg, he came back, and I was like, "Oh, it's just the diet is so much better for you. The fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, actual proteins like chicken and beef and other things of that nature. So the food here is just so highly processed, so full of carbs, so full of sodium that when you get somewhere and you get some real food, it's like it blow you away." So.
Yeah, and that's another unfortunate thing that we, you know, have that we find something to be joyful about is that you just get to eat normal human food, and that's a sad and appalling thing. But I am, it is a silver lining.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a statement about the state of the machine, of the prison industrial machine that the county jails and facilities like the DOC serve horrible food that is bad for people. It's probably shortening their lifespan. It's probably causing them cancer.
Because it's a
Making
business.
them gain weight. Like I watch guys blow up. I blew up in here. I started working out like 2 months ago, and I've lost a lot of weight. But man, I was getting fat before that. It's all the processed and high sodium, high carb foods will kill you if you're not watching them trying to take care of yourself in here.
Right. Well, and they provide you the bare minimum of what they have to provide you is in regards to the daily requirement of calories, but that doesn't mean that they're actually providing you edible food. And
Right.
and with these privatized jails, these county jails, that vending machine food is. I mean, it's just not healthy. It's junk food.
No, that's right. That's right. Well, and I think about the commissary system, like especially back home in Texas, the county jails, the commissary is ran usually by one of the sheriff's friends, because they take the ramen noodles that you buy in the store and they mark it up like 10 times, where you're paying, $1, $1.25 for a ramen noodle that'll cost you, 20, 25 cents in the store, and it's freaking ridiculous. They're exploiting the poorest, least educated demographic that are already, having a struggle financially because they're having to pay for lawyers, and most likely daddy's out of the mix and his income's not coming home, and mom's out there struggling on welfare trying to take care of the dad in jail. It's just like, then they want to take advantage of those people. It's a recipe for, it's really oppression and exploitation. So we got to figure out how to
Well, we absolutely need to figure out how to reform the prison justice system from the top down. It's a travesty what happens, not just to you guys, but across the board. And you're right, it is oppression and it's tyranny.
Yeah, we have plenty of work to do after this is over. So I think everybody's just going to have to find a lane to get in and figure out what they want to do, what kind of change they want to make to the system, and get in there and get your hands dirty and get to work.
Absolutely. I think, more and more people are becoming activated and aware every day. And, we can only hope that that pace will continue and pick up the pace. Actually, we need a lot more people to become uncomfortable enough to stand up in their own communities and say, no more, we're not going to take this tyranny, we're not going to take this fascism, we're not going to do it.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And this is the greatest country in the world for a reason, and it's the last hope, it's the last country standing. Where else do we go if we lose America, right?
No, that's right. I think about like all the things that I see in the world that are wrong, that I just drive on by because it doesn't affect me, or that it doesn't, bother me. And so I think we have to call out wrong when we see wrong. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being there, and thank y'all so much for supporting me. And that's just been a huge weight off my shoulders today. So praise God for 7 years that we got today, and we live to fight another day. So
Right.
I love you
All the way.
God bless you, Shane. We love you.
Yeah, you bet we do.
All right, we'll talk to y'all
We're
soon.
praying for you.
Good night.
Denise, thank you for the coffees.